It's the perfect harmony of fluffy nougat, gooey caramel, salty peanuts, and rich, creamy milk chocolate. The deliciousness of Snickers has been satisfying cravings for nearly a century. Back in 1930, Frank Mars crafted this irresistible blend of sweet and salty, naming it after the family's beloved horse. Since then, Snickers has been putting smiles on faces everywhere. Today, it's not just the world's best-selling candy bar, it's a cultural icon. Whether you prefer fun size, king size, almond, peanut butter, or even an ice cream version, there's a Snickers for every craving. Join us as we step inside the Snickers factory to uncover the magic behind this legendary treat. Layer by delectable layer, we'll witness its creation, a process that's as fascinating as it is mouthwatering. Inside the bustling Master Foods facility in Waco, Texas, Snickers are produced on an enormous scale. In fact, this single factory is responsible for churning out a staggering 65% of all Snickers bars sold. In the US, while the Waco facility produces the majority of Snickers bars, the remaining 35% comes from a network of factories spread across the country. This ensures that candy aisles nationwide stay stocked with this beloved treat. The magic begins with the creamy milk chocolate. But this isn't just any chocolate, it's specially formulated with a higher amount of cocoa butter and lecithin, which naturally raises its melting point. The result? A chocolate that stays firm in your hand but melts effortlessly on your tongue, delivering that perfect Snickers experience. So let's dive into how this unique chocolate blend is made and why it's essential for crafting this iconic candy bar. The process starts with top quality cocoa beans. A specialized machine removes their shells, leaving behind the rich inner nibs. These nibs are then roasted in a massive oven, unlocking their deep signature flavor. After roasting, the cocoa nibs are ground in an industrial miller where they're combined with sugar and milk powder to form a thick, rich paste. Next, this chocolate paste moves to a refiner where it's transformed into an ultrafine cocoa powder. From there, the powder is transferred to a large mixer known as a conch. Inside, powerful arms continuously churn the mixture while additional cocoa butter and lecithin are blended in, creating a smooth, creamy liquid chocolate. Finally, the chocolate undergoes a process called tempering, a precise heating and cooling technique that ensures the cocoa butter crystallizes uniformly. This crucial step not only enhances the texture but also raises the chocolate's melting point, preventing it from melting too quickly in your hands while allowing it to dissolve perfectly on your tongue. As the milk chocolate is tempered to achieve its silky perfection, the factory is also busy preparing the other key ingredients for Snickers, starting with freshly roasted peanuts. A massive 2,000-pound bag of raw, deshelled runner peanuts is hoisted up and emptied into a large funnel, known as a hopper. From there, the peanuts travel along a conveyor belt, making their way to the roaster. This factory alone processes an astonishing amount of peanuts, roughly the equivalent of 21 acres worth, every single day to keep up with Snickers production. Once inside the roaster, the peanuts move through a specialized conveyor system that oscillates from side to side, ensuring each nut gets evenly roasted to golden perfection. As the peanuts continue their journey, they enter a massive 150-foot convection oven. Inside, they undergo a slow 30-minute roast at 350 degrees Fahrenheit, unlocking the deep, rich, nutty flavors that make Snickers bars so irresistible. Meanwhile, in the kitchen area of the factory, the creamy caramel is being prepared. The process begins in a massive 800-pound industrial vat, where corn syrup, butter, condensed milk, sugar, and salt are combined and heated to the perfect temperature. From there, the mixture is transferred to a vacuum kettle, where it caramelizes at around 250 degrees Fahrenheit for 20 minutes. This step is carefully monitored to prevent burning while ensuring the ideal smooth and gooey consistency. Near the end of the cooking process, vanilla extract is added to enhance the caramel's flavor, while emulsifiers like lecithin are blended in to create a silkier, more stable texture. Once the caramel mixture reaches the perfect golden hue, it is carefully cooled to achieve the ideal viscosity. This ensures that every layer of caramel in a Snickers bar is rich, smooth, and velvety. The entire process can take up to 45 minutes, allowing enough time for the nougat to be prepared in another part of the factory. Crafting the chewy, sweet center of a Snickers bar begins with the delicate art of nougat making. Inside a large vessel, corn syrup, sugar, salt, and water are blended together and heated to a precise 250 degrees Fahrenheit. This syrupy mixture forms the foundation of the nougat's signature sweetness. Next, the hot syrup is carefully combined with fluffy, beaten egg whites, transforming into a light and airy delight. To achieve the perfect texture, the mixture is then mechanically stirred and cooked further at 270 degrees Fahrenheit, striking just the right balance between chewiness and softness. The nougat must set just right, firm yet pliable. However, this process requires careful control, as humidity in the air can affect the final texture. Too much moisture can cause the sugars to absorb water, potentially requiring the heat to be adjusted to maintain the nougat's ideal consistency. Achieving the perfect firmness is crucial. Too soft, and it wouldn't deliver the signature chewy bite expected in every Snickers bar. Once the nougat reaches its ideal fluffiness, it moves into a screw mixer where it's blended with freshly ground peanut butter. This step infuses each Snickers bar with a rich, nutty flavor that makes it simply irresistible. After the peanut butter and nougat are fully combined, the mixture travels along an elevated conveyor belt at the top of the factory. This journey not only transports the nougat to the next stage, but also allows it to cool slightly before further processing. By the time this nougat and peanut butter blend reaches its peak, it has been heated to a precise 195 degrees Fahrenheit, ensuring the perfect texture and taste. The elevated conveyor deposits the warm nougat and peanut butter mixture into a large hopper, where gravity takes over. The mixture drops between a pair of massive rollers chilled to a frosty 24 degrees Fahrenheit. This specialized machine, known as a sheeter, presses and cools the nougat simultaneously as it moves through the center. The sudden chill causes the nougat to briefly adhere to the rollers, forming a delicate skin on the cold metal, an essential step that helps shape it to the perfect width. As the rollers spin, a sharp blade scrapes the nougat off, settling it onto a stainless steel conveyor belt below. As soon as the nougat lands, it moves toward the next stage, where it will be layered with creamy caramel and crunchy peanuts. Meanwhile, in perfect synchronization, the roasted peanuts make their exit from the industrial tunnel oven after about 30 minutes, perfectly toasted, packed with flavor, and ready to become part of the Snickers magic. The freshly roasted peanuts tumble onto a conveyor, ready to join the process. As they move down the line, a worker carefully spreads them out, ensuring they stay evenly distributed. Next, they pass through a spinning drum where a fine mist of salt is applied, enhancing their flavor with just the right touch of seasoning. Meanwhile, over in the kitchen area, the hot caramel has reached its perfect smooth and creamy texture, ready to join the mix. Released from the kettle through a discharge valve at the bottom, the molten caramel flows into a large vat positioned directly below. Once filled, the vat is raised and carefully poured into a depositor. This mechanism channels the caramel through a tube that leads into a screw auger, where it will soon meet the freshly roasted peanuts. At the same time, the salted peanuts make their descent from the salting conveyor, falling into the warm caramel below, coming together to create that signature sweet and salty crunch that makes Snickers so irresistible. As the peanuts land in the caramel, the screw auger continuously turns, perfectly blending the two into a rich, sticky mixture. This harmonious combination is then pushed forward, moving seamlessly toward the next stage of production. Once thoroughly mixed, the gooey peanut caramel blend gently cascades from the auger onto a giant rotating metal drum known as a cooling roller. Chilled to a frosty 24 degrees Fahrenheit, this roller plays a crucial role in the process. At this stage, the caramel is still too runny to handle, so the roller evenly distributes and thins out the mixture while simultaneously cooling it to a more manageable consistency. This step is essential in transforming the gooey blend into a uniform layer, perfectly prepped for its next delicious destination. With the caramel and peanut mixture now formed into an even sheet, it's perfectly primed for the next assembly phase, where two delicious layers become one. First, a large blade carefully scrapes the caramel peanut layer from the cooling roller, allowing it to fall directly onto the moving nougat layer below. As the two come together, they pass beneath a pressing roller, which gently but firmly integrates them into a single uniform slab at the ideal thickness.
Next, this combined caramel and nougat slab enters an enclosed refrigerated tunnel where it is cooled to a stable 65 degrees Fahrenheit. This cooling process not only firms up the layers, making them easier to slice, but also helps harmonize their flavors, ensuring that every bite delivers the perfect balance of salty and sweet, chewy and crunchy. After cooling, the slab moves forward to meet the slitter, a machine equipped with 19 rotating blades. These blades efficiently divide the large nougat, caramel, and peanut slab into 38 perfectly sized strips. As the strips advance, they reach a set of sharp, guillotine-like blades that slice them in the opposite direction, cutting each strip into individual 4.5-inch bars. Now, each bar is precisely shaped and ready for its final transformation, a luxurious coating of smooth milk chocolate. Speaking of chocolate, let's circle back to where our journey began. The creamy milk chocolate, having just completed its precise tempering process, is now silky and perfectly smooth. From here, it flows into 2 enrobing machines, where it's ready to fully envelop each Snickers bar in its signature chocolate coating. The freshly cut bars now enter the enrobing stage, where they are coated in rich, velvety milk chocolate. First, they pass through the bottom enrober, which immerses their base in a shallow pool of chocolate, laying the foundation for full coverage. Next, they continue through the top enrober, a magical machine that cascades a smooth, luxurious layer of chocolate over each bar, fully enveloping them in creamy goodness. At this stage, the bars begin to take on their iconic Snickers look. As the chocolate starts to set, they travel across vibrating grates, ensuring an even distribution of chocolate while also eliminating any air pockets, leaving behind a flawless, perfectly coated bar. But the transformation isn't complete just yet. While the chocolate coating is still soft and malleable, each bar passes beneath a decorative roller machine, the secret behind the signature Snickers swirl. The next time you unwrap a Snickers, be sure to look for this final artistic touch. With their signature swirl in place, the bars then enter a cooling tunnel, where the chocolate fully solidifies, ensuring a perfect texture and shine. Once cooled, they're finally ready for the last step, packaging. Here, each bar is wrapped in the iconic Snickers wrapper, made from specially designed plastic that locks in freshness. The wrapping machine, equipped with high-speed heat-sealing technology, can process an astonishing 1,000 bars per minute, efficiently preparing them for shipment. From here, these delicious bars don't just head to store shelves, they embark on a global mission to conquer cravings, one satisfying bite at a time. Thanks for watching Factory Flow. We'll see you soon.